7 days a week, 365 days a year. We just don't go away. It's the guests that wouldn't leave. What are you looking at, Chris?
Oh, I'm just sorry, I can't hear you. I'm trying to.
Really? Can you hear me, Rod?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. It was just very faint.
All right. It's going to be that kind of show, is it? Okay.
Potentially.
Surly Wednesdays. What's happening?
Yeah, it was just delayed, just delayed a couple of days, but no, good day yesterday. Good day yesterday. Unfortunately, couldn't hit my my $15 play, but still, another winning day. I'll take it. I'm just happy. I'm looking forward to today's card as well, and loaded week ahead. So plenty of opportunities to make money.
It's a loaded week.
Yeah.
Rod, how about you?
It was like a 500 day, basically. I had a good start to the day, and things were looking good, and then the night games got me.
It happens.
Happens. Those happen. Yep.
Well, what else is new? Anything exciting?
No, I'm just
No?
trying to sort through these games day by day. It just feels like I know we always say this is the sort of time of the year that we wait for, but it's like it'll be the time of year we wait for when it's like we're finally comfortable and back up to getting used to speed. I'm still getting used to it a week and a half in.
Yeah,
just the amount of videos and
it just seems this year there's a lot heavier schedule to start the year than we've had in the past.
Yeah.
It just seems that most teams kind of dip their feet into the water, and this year it's just like, oh my God, it's clubbing us right out of the gate. Even like the Thanksgiving, the holiday week, normally it's like it was just the battle for Atlantis and the Maui,
Paradise
and
Jam.
now it's like, oh my God, now there's like 20 of them, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like
it's jammed.
Jam-packed.
I haven't seen it jammed like this in a couple of years.
Jamming it in there.
Just jamming it in there.
Bastards.
We all want to play now.
Yeah, it's like it's so weird, man. It's like the opposite, the anti-pro leagues. It's like we don't want to play. It's like we want to play.
Well, yeah, now we got Dean wanting to play too, right? Dean, I'm in there.
Anyways, we got NBA tonight.
You're gonna start seeing Champion Christian pop up in these tournaments too.
Champion Christian, the champion of Christians. Do you ever compare first half to whole game spreads and totals? Yes.
One is decided at halftime and one is decided at the end of the game.
Got a wise ass.
And you check out both because you're trying to find a little edge on either one of those.
Charlotte versus Pacers. Magic versus Timberwolves. Wizards versus Thunder Buddies. And the Hawks versus the Bucks. Chris, any of these four, like, just jump off the page and say, bet me now?
Well, slightly the Orlando Magic do a little bit. This is still a Magic team that plays their best ball at home. I know they lost to the Charlotte Hornets last time out, but they're still 6-2 against the spread at home this season. I still think there is some chemistry issues going on with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They beat up on Donovan Mitchell-less Cleveland Cavaliers team. They gave up 51 points to Darius Garland in that game. I mean, I think they got the win, but again, the defense, they gave up 124 points. I just think the Orlando Magic could keep this one within 2 or 3 points. I think this could be a last possession wins kind of game. So I'll take the points with the Magic, and give me the Thunder Buddies again. Back in the underdog role where they thrive, and around this number. They're playing fairly well this season. I think they're 5-2 when catching at least 2.5 points in a game this season. I got to check that number, but still, Thunder in the underdog role, absolutely sign me up. Give me the Thunder.
And I like the over in Charlotte and Indiana. Not a whole lot of defense going to be played in that one. Both defenses giving up the points. Indiana giving up 117 a game. Charlotte 114 a game. So I think we roll the over in that one. As the it's like the Pacers have been rolling along too. So I lean to the Pacers in that one as well. Ever since they screwed me, they've been rolling along. I like the over 7-1-1 the last 9 meetings in Charlotte. And I agree. I got to go with I believe in magic here. Sure, Charlotte got them last time out, but they played their best ball at home, and 6 points, too many points. And this comes down to like a 3-4 point game at the most. So take the magic plus the points in that one. The only two I like in this time spot.
I really don't like this time spot at all. It's a lean to the Hawks. It's the Celtics. That's about it. Maybe the Thunder. Got the Raptors against the Heat, the Bucks against the Cavs, the Pelicans against the Bulls. Any of those three?
I'll go back to with the Toronto Raptors being at home. It's where they usually do their best work, and I think Toronto can eke out a win over a Heat team. I'm still having a hard time trying to figure out this season. Still just 1-3 on the road this season, so I lean towards Toronto at home where they're 5-1, and I'm going to take the points with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I just think the Cavs, they still match up fairly well statistically in terms of offensive and defensive efficiency against the Bucks. And to me, this just feels like a 2-point game or 3-point game, another sort of last team that has the ball wins kind of game. So, give me the Cavaliers and the points.
Rod?
And I like the under in the Bulls and Pelicans game. You got a little more. The Bulls 4-0 to the under their last 4, and you look at the Pelicans 4-0 to their under in their last 4 games. I know the trends say this should go over. It's over 7-1 in the last 8 meetings. Not today. I like the under 226.5 in that one. And I also like the under in the Bucks and Cavs game. Mitchell probably not playing this one. The under is dropping. Total's dropping down. I like the under in this one. Definitely like a first to 100 type game in this one. So I like the under. Pacers and the Bucks. Or Cavs and the Bucks.
Which one is it, Rod?
Cavs and the Bucks under. Cavs and the Bucks under the total.
He's making up games. I like the Heat against the Raptors. The Heat are finally putting it together here. They had the best record in the East last year, and they've been winning a lot lately, not doing it on the road. The Raptors have been winning like crazy at home, and nothing makes sense in the NBA this year, so I'll take the Heat. Mavericks against the Rockets. The Nuggets, no joker, against the Knicks on a back-to-back. And the Suns and the Warriors. I like the Knicks. I mean the Nuggets. The Nuggets, I'm sorry. At 3.5. Chris?
Yeah, the one I like here. I like the Houston Rockets plus the points. Dallas, another non-cover yesterday, now 0-8-1 in their last 9 against the spread. And as a favorite this year, of at least 7.5 points. The Mavericks 0-2-1 against the spread, while Houston catching at least 7.5, between 7.5 and 12. They're 5-2 against the spread this season. So I think we're sort of in that magic zone where Houston can keep within the numbers. So I'm going to take Houston plus the points.
Right.
And I like the over between the Knicks and Denver Nuggets. You look both teams definitely giving up the points on D. Not a whole lot of defense can be played in this one. Take the over, especially Knicks on the back-to-back, tired legs, tend to go. Not a whole lot of defense played on the back-to-back. Knicks 10-2 to the over. Their last 12 versus a team with a winning straight-up record. The over 7-1, and the Nuggets last 8 versus a team with a losing straight-up record. And the over 5-1 the last 6 in Denver. I like the over in that one. And the other one I'm looking at in this time spot is, you look at this Houston Rockets, and it looks like a low-hanging fruit where it's just like, yeah, the Dallas Mavericks haven't covered anything. I think this is the spot they actually win by 10 plus. So I'm going to go the other way. I think Dallas ends their not covering anything streak right here. And, I think they get the win here by 10 plus. I take the Mavs minus the points in this one.
I like the Phoenix Suns against the Warriors. I know that guys are hurt or whatever, but the Warriors just been terrible on the road. For the Suns to put the clamps on them. I'd rather sit out that Mavericks game and take the Mavericks. They've been a mound of disappointment to bettors, but winning games. Gotta hate the teams that are good to the fans.
I just think this is the spot that it just looks like, I don't know, it just looks like low hanging fruit too easy. It's like, yeah, everybody's like, whoa, they can't cover anything. And I just think this is the spot they do.
The voice of everyone. They cannot cover anything. You are the ultimate fanboy. Rod's fanboy.
Of Dallas?
Rod's fanboy for rent. It's like we need some bandwagon fans. Let me call see what Zawacki's doing.
I'm in. Call me out. I'll come.
It's like they're at the meeting around the table. It's like we're looking for some bandwagon fans. Have you called Zawacky? It's like bandwagon jumper 101. It's bandwagon jumper 101.
Who we go with? Okay, let's see if I got a hat. I can definitely find one. There it is. Good to go. I have boxes and boxes. Which hat are we going for? Are we still on the team? Wait. We can go to the Oilers today. Yeah, see there, just like that.
Anyways,
It's when he starts wearing those hats that we become a little bit.
Imagine it's just they got the little hats.
Was it the Cincinnati Reds mascot that's just like a thing that walks around the baseball, like a baseball head?
Baseball
head.
And he just got the little mini hat on top. That's what it would look like.
Wow. The whole idea of that is to show his legs because they're the red legs.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's just like he had the head with just a small hat. That's all.
Go to the NHL, just 3 games. Senators against the Sabres. The Blackhawks against the Blues. And we're playing the Kings. Chris?
Yeah, I'll take the Blues to win this one in regulation against Chicago. I liked it on the money line when it was around minus 140, but I still think you can add a little bit of value taking the Blues in regulation probably paying around minus 110, minus 115 for it. But yeah, the Blackhawks are just not playing consistent enough, and the St. Louis Blues, very streaky team this season, but they're back on a hot streak. They've won 3 in a row, and I think they make it 4 here. Even if we see Thomas Greiss here because St. Louis will be on a back-to-back, I still think he gives the Blues an edge here. The Blues just playing a better hockey. I got to go with St. Louis.
You're an idiot, Rod.
Yeah.
The man's an idiot.
Blues didn't play yesterday. They're not on the back-to-back, so you don't have
No,
to
they're playing tomorrow though.
Tomorrow game.
So if they're tired because they have a game tomorrow?
No, I'm saying they might start the weaker goalie tonight if they're playing the better goalie tomorrow.
So what you're saying is like when you have the your 7 fishes meal on Christmas Eve, you eat light because Christmas Day you're gonna be eating a big meal? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Sometimes.
What's
I mean, I don't do. I
I'm
don't
calling
do- I don't-
bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
But see, here's the thing. I trust me. Well, my fiance will tell you, Christmas Eve is one of the few days of the year where I barely eat because I don't do fish. Or if I do fish, I do like grilled fish. I don't do like the fish soup or whatever.
All right, how about this? Thanksgiving Day. You don't eat the lasagna because you know the turkey's coming right behind it? Let's take a look in the mirror and be honest with each other here.
Just move on, okay?
The Blues we got a game tomorrow, so we're not gonna win today. It's like
I didn't say they're not going to win today. I'm just saying they might put the backup in. Usually they do that. This is when they, like do schedule spots. They look ahead and figure out who they want to start where.
better cut me a small slice lasagna. It looks like the Big Bird this year. It's like, please. Would you like it as some extra sauce? I couldn't. I got turkey.
I'm watching my figure.
I got turkey coming. Yeah. What world?
I like the under in the St. Louis Chicago game. You look St. Louis Blues as they have been winning, have been their defense is back, playing the defensive style hockey. So I don't matter who's in that for me, either Grice or Bennington in this one. We're gonna go with them. And the other one, we're gonna go with the over in the Oilers. It's like every time the Oilers play, you might as well just take the over. I know it'll be Skinner in this one, but we've seen these teams play. This is the first meeting since in the playoffs last season. So you figure this might be a revenge spot for the Kings. So I'm going to take the over. I think we're going to see some goals in this one.
All right.
And definitely I'm going to eat the piece of lasagna and then have the turkey. If that was the way it was going for me.
We didn't ask you.
Okay.
It was implied.
I couldn't possibly. I got a game tomorrow.
And I don't blame you. I don't want to eat any fish soup. Yuck.
Yeah, see?
I got a game tomorrow.
Won't even eat my fish.
I can't carb up before I have to carb up.
Yeah, right.
I still remember when we were on the drive-through, and Mitch and Tony wanted me to do the shot put. He's like, Tony was like, you better carb up. I don't think I've ever seen Mitch turn that purple laughing.
Buy a shot put on Amazon.
Holy, the delivery cost is going to be expensive. Shipping. Hope it doesn't have to ship it so far.
Let's just roll it here.
Just roll it.
More happy that we're going to get the silver play button, or more happy that we're going to piss some people off by getting the silver play button?
Both.
I'm more happy that we're going to piss some people off. They're not allowed to do that. They're not supposed to. Mitch is a name caller.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Well, 100%. I am a name caller. Yeah, if you can't do it for spite, then why do it? That's what I always say. Anyways, what are you selling today, Chris?
On today, I got My $15 college basketball fast break, my favorite college basketball play on the board. Also got that play as part of my my Whale Bet Wednesday 5-pack. You get 3 NBA plays in there, as well as two college hoops plays, including that $15 play, so 5 plays in total for $50 at Pick Dogs Premium. And use that promo code PICK for 15% off any purchase of $25 or more. So you can use it for someone long term, and you're gonna start getting the loaded college football weekend and NFL in there if you hop on a week. So check it out.
For me, over Pick Dog Premium, I got my $15 bookie buster going. That's my top rated play in the NHL. My only play in the NHL today.
What is it?
It's one of the 6 teams that are today. Also, I have my college basketball birdcage going. So I got 3 plays in college basketball. Or
What are they?
You can get my. You know, I there's a whole pile in there. It's winners. That's what they are. Winners. That's what we got going on in there. Or I've got my Wacky Wednesday, which includes those 3 college basketball plays, plus 2 more plays on the hardwood. I love the hardwood action today. So I got a Wacky Wednesday 5-pack. Get you those 3 college basketball plays, plus 2 NBA slam dunks. 5 plays on the hardwood.
You know what they say? No one loves hardwood more than Rod on Wacky Wednesdays.
On Wacky Wednesdays.
Okay.
Mitch is like, didn't deflect that at all.
Go to college football. Got Kent State versus Eastern Michigan. We got Northern Illinois versus Miami of Ohio, and Central Michigan versus Western Michigan. Chris, we've got a bona fide shit show here in college football tonight. What do you think?
You took the words right out of my mouth. The 2 I like here, I like Eastern Michigan plus the points against Kent State. Again, we're catching Eastern Michigan in an underdog role, and I think the more amount of games they win, it's obviously going to help their chances of getting a better bowl game, maybe with some more prize money. And on top of the fact, just from an on-field perspective, Kent State's defense has been absolutely brutal. So I'm going to take Eastern Michigan plus the points. I think they got a shot to win that one outright. Maybe put a little bit of money line cash on it. So take Eastern Michigan. I'm going to take Miami, Ohio, plus the 1.5 against Northern Illinois. Really, Miami, Ohio, the only team with anything of substance to play for here. They can still get bowl eligibility. Northern Illinois can't. They can get to 5 wins. I think Miami, Ohio just wants it a little bit more, and I think they have the better quarterback play here with Brett Gabbert. So I like Miami, Ohio in that one.
Rod?
I agree. You got to take Eastern Michigan plus the points on that one. That's where they thrive in the underdog role. So definitely take Eastern Michigan plus the points in that one. And the other one that I like here, I like the Chippewas. You look at Chippewas on Wednesday. 15-1 ATS, their last 17 on Wednesday. They're also 6-0 their last 6 games after accumulating. And they should be able to run it up against Western Michigan in this one. So I like Central Michigan minus the 10.5. I think they win by 2 touchdowns plus in this one. Give me Central Michigan. Lay the points.
I like Central Michigan against Western Michigan. This is a bad Western Michigan team. Terrible. I also like Northern Illinois against Miami of Ohio. Actually, I like Miami of Ohio in that one. But I like Central Michigan against Western Michigan. I mean, you got directional Michigan football on Wednesday night. You watch Bachelor in Paradise? Real horrible last night.
I missed it yesterday.
It's like they're so. It's like I'm not taking relationship advice from somebody on a reality show. It's like why? What are you doing? What are you doing? Taking relationship advice from like somebody they're on. They're obviously their relationship success is so bad they're on a reality show, with these people. Nothing pretty about it.
I mean, it's a fair point.
I mean, I like when they get upset about the other people's relationships. It's like you got to be all up in everybody else's business. Anyways, college hoops. How about Below Deck? You watch Below Deck?
Seeing the commercials for it, I didn't even know it existed until like 6 months ago. So
How about
it's
Summer
like
House?
I
How about Summer House?
didn't know. I don't know about that one.
Summer House is a really complicated concept. A bunch of people, they rent out a house for the summer. Share it.
Okay.
That's the show.
Sounds like a show
Okay.
about nothing.
No, it's these people they rent out a house for the summer. That's the
I
show.
want to be on that show. They get
That's-
paid to come to a show for the summer. Nice. They're getting paid to come to a house for the summer. Nice.
It's a nice show. It's a nice
I
little
bet you
program.
it is a nice
It's a nice little program.
show. God, it's just a few shenanigans going on that show, I bet you.
Breaking out the shenanigans.
Breaking out the shenanigans.
Digging deep over here. We've got UMass versus Sacred Heart, Pitt versus Michigan, Ohio State versus Eastern Illinois. They just make schools up to head to Columbus this time of year. Tennessee versus Florida Gulf Coast. Look out for the Florida Gulf Coast, man. They're a live dog. NKU versus Cincinnati. Money line. ECU versus Hampton. Northeastern versus Hollywood. I watched Social Network the other day. Tulane versus Charleston Southern. So I'm qualified to handicap that game. Canisius versus Cleveland State. Siena versus Army. I didn't think Siena played before February. Columbia versus Delaware State. Oof. Delaware State is a win. American versus William and Mary, both of them. Detroit versus Ohio. Detroit Mercy. Lehigh versus Marist. Toledo versus Oakland. Any of those, Chris?
Yeah, there's a couple I like here. I like the over between Toledo and Oakland. I just think that's a game that's getting well into the 160s. Two teams that are combined 4-0 to the over in their lined games this year, and Toledo could easily get into the 90s. I think in this game against an Oakland team that just allowed Oklahoma State to do it, but Oakland also fully capable of scoring themselves here. And like I said, I think this is just going to be a track meet. This is the type of game Toledo likes to play, so I'll go with the over in that one. And I'm going to go with Michigan against Pitt. They brought in a bunch of solid transfers, but the problem is that the tallest guy that normally sees a lot of minutes is 6'8", and when you have a guy like Hunter Dickinson who's 7'1" inside, I think he's going to feast tonight. I think he's just going to be all inside the paint. It's going to be a 30-10 game from Dickinson. I gave out a prop in the video. See if you can take the over on his points and a double for Hunter Dickinson. But for the full game, I like Michigan laying the points.
What's the over/under on favorable calls for Michigan in that one?
6.5.
Yeah, at least. Rod, any wacky picks?
And these ones I like Kent State here. Lay the 20.5 points. They're going to score more points than their counterpart on the football field tonight. Definitely. They're the better team. 9-1-1 ATS. Their last 11 at home here. They play the solid hoops at home. Even got a good solid D on there on the back. So I like Kent State and the Flashes and that one. And the other one I like, just what he said. I don't know what money line. I'll take the Northern Kentucky here plus the points. Home dog. I remember Cincinnati being on the road, and what I remember of them going on the road is not pretty. So I'll take Northern Kentucky plus the points in that one. And the other one I like Northeastern. I know we got the adverse line movement, but I'll take the Northeastern Huskies over Harvard. They win by. You can take them on the money line in that one. Grab their first win of the year.
Chris, when are you posting your first World Cup videos?
Gordon and I are in talks of when we're gonna shoot our first
It
set of
starts
videos,
soon,
but they
right?
should
The
be.
game starts soon.
Yeah, it starts on Sunday. Sunday's the first day, so it should
Yes,
be
you
within
guys
the next
gotta
couple
get it
days.
together, man.
Yeah, I think it's either going to be tomorrow or Friday.
We have a special guest for surprise guest for our videos. It's Goran. It's a surprise. I can't tell you that it's Goran. He's gonna do the video, Chris. I won't want to ruin the surprise by telling you that it's Goran. He's gonna bring his A material too. Not that crap we're used to seeing from him. It's like Rudy, you know. Did you promise to bring that same attitude to practice every day? Yes, sir. It's like Goran. You promised to bring back that same flat delivery we're accustomed to. Yes, I will. No, we're happy that Goran's going to come back for the World Cup. We're excited about it. I reached out to him. I'm not sure why he quit other than he hated my guts. Anyways, I don't think he hated my guts. I think he was just too busy. Life happened. But he's back when we need him most. World Cup. Cutter. Or as Chris likes to say, Qatar. Take out my Qatar and play a couple teams. Soccer teams.
Soccer teams. What are those?
It's Pick Dog's World Cup coverage, the musical, by Chris. Born in the Netherlands.
Start singing the song from Vita.
So, some of the big teams are out of the World Cup, right? Like Italy or something, right?
Yeah, I knew that one was going to be the first one that came up. Yeah, Italy's out.
Who else is out?
Yeah. I gotta.
Who's the favorite?
I'm trying to.
Usually the home team is one of the favorites, but I would imagine Qatar is not one of the favorites.
Is it Brazil?
Surprisingly, no. Brazil's probably a favorite. Brazil and France, I think, are the two favorites. But the problem is France has the World Cup winners curse. Each of the last three World Cup winners didn't make it out of the group stage. So we'll have to see if France can reverse the curse this year. But yeah, I would say probably Brazil or France. I'm hearing a lot of people say Argentina. And even some people, from what I've seen on social media, a lot of people thinking it's going to be an Argentina and Portugal final. So that would be interesting. Messi and Ronaldo.
I would say zero chance of that happening.
Yeah, I would too. But
I haven't I haven't followed a lick of soccer since the last World Cup. I'll pick Germany. Are they in it?
I think so.
All right, I like Germany. They always do well in the World Cup. I'd say Germany. Argentina used to be good. When I was a kid, Argentina was like always one of the best. Been a while.
Yeah, they played Japan.
Germany
Wednesday.
does?
Yeah.
I like Germany in that one. You can say it on your video.
We should have mentioned it.
Mitch likes Germany in that one. We lost Rod.
And then
Maybe his power went out.
he's so mad at talking about Argentina and Portugal.
Germany is always good.
I'm so happy that Canada's back in the World Cup, but I'm so worried.
The United States plays Wales. How does the U.S. look this year?
They're a young team, and that's what I think. The U.S. needed going forward is that they hadn't made the World Cup. I think in a couple of turns, but getting a youth movement in there. You got Sergino Dest, Weston McKennie. These are guys who are going to be the future of U.S. soccer. It's just a matter of I don't want to say getting their lumps at this year's World Cup, but at least getting their feet wet and getting comfortable, because I think the U.S. is going to be on the world stage for a little while now.
How about Goran coming back to pick dogs? An odd choice.
Yeah, you know what? It's
No, I'm just kidding. I like giving him a hard time. I just enjoy it.
we've already talked. We're getting you a Lazio jersey for Christmas.
Lazio. Pick Lazio again, you're fired. All right. Seton Hall taking on Iowa. That one's in New Jersey. UAB versus Presbyterian, 1-ho, 2-ho, red ho, blue ho. That bit never gets old. Never gets old. Notre Dame versus Southern Indiana. Directional Indiana teams. Rare, but proud. Houston versus Texas Southern. Evansville Purple Aces. They're just the Aces now, right? They're no longer the Purple Aces. Are they still the Purple Aces?
I've seen both.
All right. They're both.
Still Purple Aces.
Against Southeast Missouri State. Chicago State up against Valpo. Arkansas against South Dakota State, who just plays every day. Omaha versus Ball State. St. Mary's versus Southern. Oh, my God. Arizona State against VCU. What do you think of those games?
Yeah, I like St. Mary's. The opening, the line opening around 21, now down to 19.5, kind of scared me off of St. Mary's just because they are a defensive team, but that didn't stop them from winning by 30. But they only put up 63 points last time out against North Texas. So I would lean towards St. Mary's in that game. Southern, sort of a defensive-minded first kind of team, but the offense is just dreadful. And I think St. Mary's can probably win by 20, 22 points in that game. I like the over between Arkansas and South Dakota State. Again, I think that game's just going to be a track meet. Two teams that like to play at a fast pace, even though this isn't the same South Dakota State team we've seen from years past. They're still pretty good, and I think this is going to be a game that gets into the 160 range. So give me the over between South Dakota State and Arkansas.
Rod.
And these ones, I like the Purple Aces here over Southeast Missouri. They're a better team. Close game. I think it comes right down to who's got the ball last, and I think the Aces nail 3, win by 3. The other one I like the Hogs in this spot against South Dakota State. Tough spot for the Jackrabbits. They played yesterday, and I got to bounce back and play here again. I think the Hogs take advantage and run out. How many games did they play? They played 3 already, right? See, tough spot here for the Jackrabbits. Hogs the better team. I'll take the Hogs in that one. And then the other one, I like the under in Southern and St. Mary's. Just as you said, St. Mary's D is solid. Southern D is solid. We got a defensive battle on our hands on that one. I like the under. It's down to 131.5. Take the under. Southern, St. Mary's. That's 3 I like at that time spot.
I like South Dakota State against Arkansas. I think the world is going to have that attitude. Rod's bad attitude about them. These are 18-year-old kids, man. They can run all day. I also like Houston against Texas Southern. That one could be a lot to a little. And I like Ball State against Omaha. Peyton Manning's school. And St. Mary's against Southern. I don't care if it was 21 or 27. BYU taking on Missouri State. Idaho versus Cal State Bakersfield. I did a video on this one. Just felt like it. Gonzaga versus Texas. I was like, man, what's the weird game? It's like I figure, even with all these days of big games, I throw in one of these, and like Chris and I before here, we're trying to say which videos should we cut down on. Probably could have cut down on that one. Probably could have cut down on that one.
It was on the chopping block.
It was on the chopping block.
It was on the chopping block, but it was also like How many Idaho versus Cal State Bakersfield videos am I going to get this year?
Life is worth living. Might as well do.
Bakersfield hits the portal pretty hard.
Yeah.
They've got all like those transfers that you never heard of, guys that played for big programs that you never heard of. How about Bakersfield? I'm in. Texas looking for revenge from last year at Gonzaga. There was a lot of ass slapping in that game. That Gonzaga crowd was pretty loud in that game. And then you got Fresno versus San Francisco. San Francisco, congratulations for finally making it to the NCAA tournament. I'm leaving for Florida, says the head coach. What do you think of this grouping, Chris?
Well, I just looked to see all the transfers that Cal State Bakersfield brought in. Man, if I couldn't tell you how many star players I pulled for the transfer portal from South Georgia Technical College, but
hey, they work that portal, man.
Exactly, they do.
They got a guy from like City. They got a guy from like City College of something that's supposed to be real.
City College in San Francisco. Yeah,
that guy was like the national or the California player of the year or something. He's like really
and that's what I'm saying. It's just like the guys that you find seemingly out of nowhere. But I mean, why not? But I like. I
stick with. See if they can guard the perimeter against these guys. Saint the Kibby Dome.
I like San Francisco against Fresno State. I just think Fresno State a lot of times relies on their defense to win a lot of games, and I think San Francisco can just outscore them. Simple as that. I like the Dons in that one, and I'm leaning towards Texas at home. I thought Gonzaga was playing with fire a little bit against Michigan State. Didn't look all that impressive. I know this is still Gonzaga. It's still going to be one of the better teams in the country and still going to be in contention for a number 1 seed late in the season. But I don't know, Texas at home, they play solid defense, and for me this Gonzaga team just isn't as intimidating as past Gonzaga teams that we've seen, even in these high profile games. So I think I'll lean towards Texas laying the points.
No Gonzaga hat for Rod. It's too early in the season. Rod, what do you like here?
Way too early to jump on the Gonzaga train yet. You haven't
gotten into West Coast Conference play yet.
You haven't got to those games where they start pounding teams.
We got Pepperdine tonight.
Yeah, we got Pepperdine. We're minus 38.5 favorites. Let's get them.
We're taking on Loyola Marymount.
Definitely the Mountain
Buckle
State.
your seatbelt.
Like, the waves are in town.
Pacific better be ready.
We got this one.
Hey, Pacific, be ready.
I think Pacific will be ready this year. I think they'll give him a fight. Watch out. He might get too many points there this season. Pacific's not bad.
We know Santa Clara is going to be a handful tonight, but we're prepared.
Santa Clara's bad. Yes, pound it now.
Rod's got his jersey on. His Timmy jersey.
The best part about that Santa Clara game is they have one good year, and then they look at their roster and they're like, "Oh, come on!"
In this group of games, I think I will take Idaho. I think they do rock the mic like a vandal. So I don't like this. Bakersfield is not good. They're not that good. More of a defensive
They hit the
battle.
portal, man. What's that guy? City College of San Francisco, Rod. CCSF.
He stole them from the from those other guys.
CCSF, man.
I don't know if that's going to get it done. I'll take Idaho. Lay the points. And the other one I like the Dons here against Fresno. I think they are the better team. Look how they've come out. And usually the Dons on the road have not been good, but I think they just got the way better team in this one. I don't think the Dons on the money line. I think they outright Fresno in that one.
I like Fresno in that one. I also like Bakersfield. Got to go both those directions. Idaho, man, that line's gone from +3 to -2.5.
Yeah, somebody knows something.
Yeah, I do. Idaho sucks. Bunch of Boise wannabes. I also like Fresno. And Missouri State. Always money on Missouri State, man. Always. Always value on Missouri State.
That's because they know how to play D.
And shoot threes. They always shoot threes, play D. There we go. Big YouTube comments here. Bakersfield CPSC is a staple for JUCO basketball. They're the top-ranked JUCO team in the country every year. And they have the best player, and he went to Bakersfield. He's going to work those Vandals. Something fierce. You're always living in your own private Idaho.
Well, it's so close. It's like right there. Literally, it's like it's a few-hour drive.
Running around like a wild potato. You know that song?
I'm washing the potato.
You don't know that song? No? Google it.
No, I don't know. There's a song called "Running Around Like a Wild Potato."
It's called Private Idaho.
No, I don't know.
You're always living in your own private Idaho. Living in your own private Idaho. Running around like a wild potato.
That's fantastic.
That is.
B-52s. B-52s.
Okay, that explains it.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly,
it's a great song. It's a great song.
The wild potato served on the side of the rock lobster.
It's a great song. Private Idaho is a great song. You're always living in your own private Idaho. Private Idaho.
B-52s on this thing, red wine too. So red wine.
No, that's UB40.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, UB4. Yeah.
Yep. What does private Idaho mean? My own private Idaho is an imaginary place where one is locked in the arms of love that is both protected and free. It is the promise of America, chronically out of joint with reality, especially its most vulnerable inhabitants. All right. What do you got for Private Idaho from the Wild Planet album, 1980? I love it. I thought it was a great song. The B-side was Party Out of Bounds. Idaho was the main one. It's the A-side. Rod, Chris, what do you got for your parlay?
Parlay today, I'll go with, let's go all money line. Let's go Eastern Michigan money line, Miami, Ohio money line, and Northern Kentucky money line.
And KU.
Go Arkansas, lay the points. Kent State, lay the points. And NKU plus the points.
I'm going to take... all right, you guys took all mine that I was going to use, so I'll just take some other ones. I'll take Ohio State minus the points. Florida Gulf Coast plus the points. And South Dakota State plus the points. That's our show for today. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll find out what happens in that Bakersfield-Idaho matchup. And I expect everyone to do their homework and listen to Private Idaho before the game.